Oath Keepers founder, Stewart Rhodes, sentenced to 18 years for his role in the January 6th insurrection. What we know. You mean terrorism.
Leader, follow the leader. He's the leader.
Hallelujah.
Stewart Rhodes, the founder and leader of the Oath Keepers, was sentenced Thursday to 18 years in federal prison for serious conspiracy in connection with the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol. Prosecutors had sought for 25 years. Still, it was the longest sentence handed down to date for any of the more 500 people convicted in January 6th. Does anybody know what happened to that one black guy that we got that picture of? Remember, it was one black guy.
I don't think he did anything.
He was standing in the thing.
They was inside. Inside where?
When they all went into the room and they was hanging out.
Because the picture I saw, he was outside.
No, it was
he actually went in.
He was one black guy that was sitting in the chamber.
You know they let him go.
No,
you can go, brother.
No.
No, we don't see you.
Well, I'm gonna see what happened to him. Somebody find out what happened to that black guy.
Let that brother go.
Earlier this month, Peter Schwartz of Kentucky was sentenced to 14 years for attacking police officers with pepper spray and a chair as he stormed the Capitol.
A lot of
like Tucker, who said they went there to view the statues and were peaceful.
And God forbid, a lot of our people of color, our brothers, if they did that same thing, they would be 6 feet under. They wouldn't even believe it.
Tucker Carlson and Fox News said they were there to look at the statues and they were peaceful. Even though this man was hitting police officers with chairs.
Law enforcers, and you pepper spraying them and fighting them. You're no different than the people you talk about that do it on the streets too.
Rhodes was convicted in November following a 2-month trial that showcased the far-right extremist group's violent plot to overturn President Biden's election and keep the then president Donald Trump in power. What do y'all think is going to happen if we get a matchup again of Donald Trump versus Joe Biden, and Biden wins, which I don't think he will, but let's say for the sake of argument, Biden wins. Are we going to get another attack on the Capitol? Are we going to get this time where there's actually going to be police officers?
I don't know, because they see
with a firing squad at the top of the building.
He wouldn't be able to take that. He can't stand to lose twice.
I don't know. You think they would learn from? Do you think?
And they would be mad, and they would be mad too. So who knows what could happen?
But do you think what happened on January 6th and the result of it, will people kind of think twice and go, you know what? I'll stay home. I'm not going to even go.
I don't think so, because they're ignorant.
Now, this man was convicted of insidious conspiracy. Right? Seditious. The law
seditious.
Was seditious. Oh, seditious.
I think it's seditious.
Well, that's like seditious, I guess. Okay. Seditious.
Sorry, y'all.
That law, believe it or not, because they didn't want to give them treason, which I think they would have had to put them to death if they was put in treason.
Oh, no.
So they got them under this law.
Okay.
This law was enacted after Civil War to deter Southerners from conspiring against the U.S. government. The crime occurs when 2 or more people conspire to overthrow, put down, or to destroy by force those in power. Sedition has rarely been charged in the United States.
Probably since the Civil War and that whole situation, they probably had to put a law in place because we don't want the Southerners, because they lost that war, to come back and say, no. And whatever they do, they have to put a law in place to make anybody other than just the Civil War situation come back at the government.
Now, the last time the U.S. prosecutors bought this type of case was in 2010, when 9 members of a militia in Michigan were charged with inciting an uprising against the government. They were acquitted on the charge in 2012 in a trial.
You think because when Obama was in place?
He was president.
That's when he was president. So I would think there were probably, there probably were groups that were trying to do a January 6th thing, when Obama was made president.
Kelly Meggs, a leader of the Oath Keepers Florida chapter and one of Rhodes' co-defendants, was also found guilty Thursday, and he will spend 12 years in prison.
Wow.
Good.
Okay.
So there you go. There wasn't a peaceful going and climbing the wall and going through the windows.
But the guy with the 18 years, he wasn't physically there, but he planned it. So he's in trouble for being the leader.
He's being the leader.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So he's
so they don't they ain't playing when they doing this.
Well, we'll see. They think they're going to get cleared because Comover told them he was going to pardon them if he becomes president of the United States. All right.
Okay.
So that was that one.
He pardoned somebody that came against the United States.
Well, he told him to, remember?
Some of these laws they have are ridiculous. If I go for a job interview and I don't pass a criminal check, I don't get the job.
Right. But he told them to go kill Mike Pence. Remember?
Yeah, he did.
Go kill him.
Well, I don't know if he hang Mike Pence. I'm sorry. Maybe hang him to not kill him, just hang him.
Just let him hang.
So he choke a little bit and then let him go.
I'm pretty sure if they hang him,
that's DeSantis. That's DeSantis. I never said kill him. I said hang him. And they could have let him go right before he knows he's a play on words.
He knows darn well hanging somebody is taking their
But
money.
he didn't say that. Yeah. That's Trump.
No, I'm just saying if somebody was to say, get out of it. I didn't say it.
Right.
I just said hang him.
Right. Now, the next story, y'all,